Hello, and welcome back. My name is Storming Ofuson. Listen, I was standing here for like 10 minutes trying to come up with a word that starts with S that was appropriate. That's the best I could do. But anyway, today we're gonna descend onto Jarillo. Whoa, but first notifications. Friends. Friend request. Mr. V wants to be my friend. Hello, Mr. V. You are now my best friend. New. That's a beautiful picture. How do I get one of those? Huh. I don't know. Maybe it's like an event that I missed or something. Speaking of, the events want something from me. Pure fiction, not happening. Divergent, not happening. Okay, the events tricked me. There's nothing there. I got an achievement though. Earth year login for a total of 365 days. I guess I just exposed myself for not logging in as much as I should have been. Because ideally I would have gotten this achievement months ago. But at least I got it later. Better late than never. And then there's some notices. Oh, that's the next warp. Oh, these two characters are coming back. I don't have either. I would like her. I still don't know if it's Acheron or Acheron. Acheron? I forgot. I really did. I'm not sure I ever knew to begin with. I think I will be pulling for her, but I kind of want to save my stuff. There's gonna be another... It looks like a space station event. Galaxy Rangers. But I need some continuance from Penacony, so that's not happening. And then there's gonna be a cone. Yep. How much longer does this banner have left? Oh, 20 hours apparently, okay. I'm one ticket off. That's unfortunate, I can't get any more. Oh, I can! Wait a minute, it's a new month. I had no idea. Huh. Okay, well, sure. Let's do a 10 warp. Always a good way to start the episode. Oh, Arlen, nice. Okay. And that's about it. Oh, shared feeling, okay. Arlen, what do you get? Eidolons. Oh, it's his first one, To the Bitter End. That's a good name. When HP percentage is lower than or equal to 50%, increases damage dealt by steel by 10%. Neat. Okay, well, I guess without further ado, let's go. Starrail map, Jarillo. And I'll go through the snow plains once more. Just in case, who knows, maybe there's something new there. Maybe Lynx is out here camping again, who knows. I do think it's time to switch my team around a bit though, so we're gonna switch to Preservation, of course. I did level up the light cone. Oh, I have no relics. I'll just steal them from myself. Yeah, it's a bit annoying that you can have the same relic equipped on multiple versions of the character. But, I mean, in the long term, that won't be a problem. Now it is, though. You're not gonna let me find my orb, are you? It's gone. Surprised it recommends the HP one, the Lawfu one. That doesn't seem like a very good orb to have. I'd rather have attack, no? At least the Preservation main character steals off of attack, even if it's not as well as she would steal on defense. But oh well. Okay, there we go, got those. And then I got some trace material stuff too. So there we go, this is maxed now. And then we have bonus ability, action beats overthinking, always does. When the Trailblazer is protected by a shield at the beginning of the turn, increases their attack by 15% and regenerates 5 energy until the action is over. That's very nice.
Preservation is determined by our actions.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that line before. Nice. Energy recharge is always insane. Interesting that it increases attack, not defense, but I'll take it. Then we have some HP, attack, and defense. We got the entire trinity. Cool. And then, let's see, what else? Who else do I want to bring? I know I definitely want to bring Asta.
Oh, Madam Herta? We've got nothing to worry about.
She's so excited to have Herta with her. But unfortunately, I think I want to take Himiko.
If there's anything you need, don't hesitate to ask.
Just because Himiko is kind of new to the team, you know? Haven't used her much yet. And then I don't really have anyone built for now. So maybe we'll just take Arlen. Although I don't have any healing. Maybe not then. Don't have anyone else at level 80, huh? I need to work more. You know what, very well, let's take her. I'm sorry, Arlen.
You know the drill. Send me all your new toys, and I'll return them later.
Herta loves her playtime. And I wanted Asta here today because I got some stuff for her trace stuff too. So there we go, this is all max now. Lots of attack. Asta's defense, or constellation, that's funny. Asta's defense increases by 6% for every current charging stack she possesses. Wasn't that already a thing? Didn't she already have like some defensive thing based on stacks? I thought she did. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Huh. I thought she had something like that already.
Another step closer to distant worlds.
But okay, oh, crit rate, nice. Fire damage, also nice. And more defense. I'm lacking these though. Yeah, 2, please. Thank you. There we go. And that is it for now. But I think I have all Asta's information, don't I? Have I ever read this? I don't think I have, yeah. So let's read it really quick. Character story part 3. Shall I have a quick look at what part 1 and 2 was? Alright, it's about her escaping, well, sort of escaping from her family. And a bit of backstory on it. Right. Wait, what was this? It's about Arlen, maybe? Yeah, this is about Arlen. Okay, let's read part 3. The stars follow their own orbits, but what about humans? Can we humans ever hope to control our own destiny? A wealthy family background grants Asta the power to explore the stars, but also become her personal shackles. Because she has responsibilities, I guess. As she grows older, Asta's vow to become an astronomer was viewed as increasingly radical by her family. She begins to lose count of how many times she'd argued during family meetings about this very thing. We've heard about this before. Until one day, after a family meeting, a puppet girl walks in, and one of the family members who were so domineering a moment ago suddenly changes into a yes man. So Herta just showed up to her house one day. That's the girl, but she'd... No buts. I didn't come all the way to listen to your garbage. Wait. I guess that's Herta talking. I didn't come all this way here to listen to your garbage academic reports. I'd rather listen to this girl debate with you. I want to see her on the space station within 3 days. And with that, the puppet girl walks straight out without looking back. So Herta just waltzes into Asta's house, sees Asta, sees potential in her, I guess, and just immediately orders her to be on the station. Apparently she just has that authority with her family. After becoming the lead researcher of the Herta space station, Asta's life is now busier than ever before. She has to manage the researchers and their differing opinions, reply to the numerous correspondence meant for Herta, constantly negotiate with the IPC and procure equipment from various different sources. This sounds like all work that Herta should be doing, of course, but at the same time she's experiencing the greatest freedom she's ever known. Interesting. that she considers this relatively free to what her family has to offer. The IPC really is that miserable, huh? Deploy the Newell-Iman telescope in the second equipment base, set it to 100 times astronomical units, and begin observation of the pre-nebula core in front of us. Pay close attention to particle density. If you discover any superdense structures, commence recording of the protostar fragmentation process at once. I guess she simply enjoys being an astrological researcher. She gets to command researchers. I guess that was her dream. In her spare time, Asta would sometimes consider how Madame Herta never seems to come around anymore after Asta arrived at the space station. She even made inquiries, but was told, if there's no interesting new stuff, I won't bother coming in. I'd rather listen to this girl debate with you. She thought back to the words Herta had casually told the family on that day long gone. The Herta of her memory seems to stand out amongst the resplendent starlight, giving her power to control the starry sky and her own destiny. You know, I always thought, on the space station, everyone highly respects Herta, of course. I always got the impression that Asta herself obviously respects Herta to an extent, but doesn't, hold her on the pedestal like everyone else. But maybe that's not strictly the case. It does seem that the Asta does in fact hold Herta very high. I think I did listen to all these voices. Never mind. I thought I did. Okay, let's hear some more.
I can't solve every problem the Express crew might have in their voyage across the galaxy. But if money's ever the solution, come find me.
So I wonder who's Asta's family? Are they maybe like descendants of the founders? Maybe Asta's a grandchild or something of Diamond. Who knows?
The last time I spoke with Topaz, we agreed to take a holiday. Oh, we were going to
she knows
charter a
Topaz.
ship, go star-seeing, and catch up on all the IPC gossip. But we still haven't had the chance.
They're friends. That's kind of cool. I did not expect that.
I asked Miss Ron May where I could buy a charm like the one on her sleeve, but I was surprised to learn she'd hand-embroidered it.
I never
I
noticed.
was equally surprised when she gave me my own hand-embroidered charm the next time she came to the space station. Her craftsmanship, like her research papers, is superb.
Wow. Okay, Herta's not the only one who likes Asta that much, huh? Not the only genius, that is. I never noticed Ron May has a charm on her sleeve.
Every star is a miracle. The more I learn about it, the more I love the starry sky. Goals are like the stars. We'll reach them eventually. Another step closer to distant worlds. The Express has been a lifeline. Time to return the favor.
I've heard that one before.
Arlen, don't carry the weight alone. Oh, Madam Herta? We've got nothing to worry about. Topaz, what a coincidence. Guess I should see this as a business trip.
Oh, now I kind of wish I had Topaz purely for Asta's sake. But what's this? What do you want from me? Oh, use credits. I did do that. More fuel. One day I'll spend it. Okay. Let me see. Let me look around. I highly doubt I'll find anything, but I feel compelled to look just in case. What if I find another long thought to extend? That's not how words work. What if I find another animal that's been long thought to have been extended? I can't speak. Lots of enemies. Did I find all the chests in this area? I did. There's only 3. Okay. Oh, it feels good to have the flame lance back. I did miss it. I have not used the fire main character in a long time. It feels good. It feels not even good. It feels great. Amazing. Oh, there it is. Plains Bear Cub, hello. Do you want a treat? This little Arctic bear cub watches you with its head tilted, flapping its semicircular ears. The cub lets out a joyous call. Maybe you could try befriending it. Play with it. Feed it. Hazelnut. Why did you? I did wonder that. I don't remember having those. That's not important. It's already in your hand now. Take it. Graceful arc. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, this is what I mean. Absolutely worth it. I'm so glad I came to the snow plains. That was beautiful. The cup cries out with happiness. If there was such a thing as a friendship level, that would have scored you some great points. Let's sing a lullaby too. You cleared your throat. It's your time to shine. Oh no, your throat isn't feeling great today. Better take a lozenge. Is that one of the healing items? A refreshing mint flavor bursts from the back of your tongue, moistening your throat and vocal cords. That feels great. No wonder World's always gobbling sweets. Now you are ready. Dang, how's this lullaby start again? It's right on the tip of your tongue. An adult should know how to be flexible, so you give up the futile struggles. Just take out your phone and check. And it's already asleep. I feel like I've seen this interaction before. That's fine. You should save your wonderful singing voice for someone who really wants to hear it anyway. And tell a dad joke. This is your strong suit. You take some grand prize. You took the grand prize in the Astral Express dad joke contest you made up in your mind. Let's go for snowman. Seems appropriate. How would you greet an old snowman? Hello, Mr. Water. Okay. That was awful. Dang, no reaction. This was clearly one of your proudest dad jokes. It seems that the Arctic bear is a species with high standards when it comes to dad jokes. This is a tough crowd. Better luck next time. Let's try the ball. What kind of a ball doesn't bounce? Let me think. A snowball? Nice. What about iron balls or steel bars or osmium alloy balls? Terrible. This is not the kind of joke someone of your talent should be telling. Or chocolate balls. Work. Why did the bear get fired? I don't know. Because it always skipped work in the winter. I did think of something with hibernation, but okay. I didn't quite get the wording right in my head. You realize you told the worst joke ever. Clearly Arctic bears don't hibernate in the winter. They do? What? I'm pretty sure they do. Maybe not here. The cup seems to have figured out your intentions. It shakes its head slightly as if to express reluctance. Does not want to be proper friends just yet. I'll befriend you one day. I'll max that friendship meter. This house is surprisingly intact. I wonder... Oh, never mind. Maybe it's not. The roof is. The rest, not so much. Is this where we got that one painting that one time? I think it was. Anything around there? Not really. Okay, I think that is it. Let's go. Nothing here, nothing here. Let's go. Into the administrative district. I have been wanting to properly explore this place.
Where to now?
For so long. I still haven't found all the chests here. Yeah, I'm missing one. It's been torturing me. I think the first time I got here, I did explore a little bit, but definitely not fully. Also, Serval has a mission for me. Probably a companion mission if I had to guess. Letting sleep and inspiration. As you saw, are you there? When I was cleaning, I found 2 coupons for afternoon tea at the Goat Hotel. Do you want to come along? Free drinks? How can I possibly say no? It's a date then. Ooh. Whoever stands the other up is a snow mouse. Let's meet beside the lobby. I'll be waiting. When? Hello? Seems vaguely suspicious. Was it truly Serval who sent that message? I guess we will find out. I do believe I talked to you.
Rare animal species?
How have things been? I've been doing alright, I just haven't been sleeping so well. So the reason you aren't sleeping is that you want to imitate owls. Did something happen? No, I'm worried you'll laugh if I tell you I'm a member of the exploratory vanguard dispatched by the town hall to go outside Belobog. I'm responsible for investigating unknown flora and fauna. You probably don't know, right? The town hall recently arranged for some people to explore the area outside the city, supposedly. The underworld will be returning to normal soon. Pretty soon, everyone will be able to come and go as they please. The town hall gave me some outdoor gear. Once my preparations are complete, I'll go and investigate the habitat of the wild flora and fauna out there. I'm going to record them to make a manual. So whenever I think about how my research has the chance to achieve a major breakthrough, I get so excited that I can't sleep a wink. That's a good problem to have, I guess. Car. There's a thick layer of dirt in the car window. You may look at it, the more you feel like you're looking into the abyss. Seems clean to me. How many wheels does this car have? 3. Beautiful. So there is some new dialogue around now. Okay, cool. Did plan to talk to everyone. Just to check. So do you remember there was a bunch of respawning papers around here? I want to see if there's any more. And the trash cans, of course. Trash can. Once when you were feeling down on your luck, you thought the two of you were a good match. And we still are. Mailbox. Just a normal mailbox. Very well. Bench. Just a normal bench. A lonely bench. Why don't you sit on it? Hello, people. You have anything to say? No? Okay. So yeah, it's actually cool to think about too, because now that the Stellaron is suppressed for a while, they can go out and explore beyond the city a lot easier. Oh wow, look at that place there. Big square. Locked gates. Stealing the biggest, I remember that taunt. Stand next to the booth and start thinking about the fantasy shows you used to watch. You can't help wondering how ripping your shirt off in a phone booth would feel. Just buy an extra shirt just to rip it. Why not? More trash cans. Don't get too close without courage. I always have courage, especially with a flaming lance.
Are you here to listen to me sing?
Oh, did she always sing like that? I don't think she did. Celine. I can feel something deep in the harmony. I know I'm still young, but I'm sure he's the one. Are you practicing or are you actually in love? Ah, are you here for my singing again? Of course. That won't do. You need to enjoy the performance in the theater. Ah, I'm sorry. Are you here for something else? How have things been? Ah, it's you. Well, I've been taking several roles in different musicals. Just the rehearsal times have me so busy that I can hardly stop to catch my breath. I find that often I read and speak too fast for myself. I should really try to speak slower, but it's in my nature to go fast. Are you going to... Congratulations! There's nothing to congratulate me for. I've just been landing several small parts. Even just rushing to venues is no easy feat. I've had to lead a role in a new play, but it didn't get good reviews. Some critics said that Belobog has changed, but its musicals are still singing the same old tune. The point is, after that, I start taking on small roles. I want to polish my acting chops. I am dying slowly today, but that's good to hear. But, I mean, yeah, a play about all the events that happened recently would be quite cool, I think. And there we go, this is what I'm looking for. More posters. Oh, missions. Right, it was a companion mission that I got. You know, actually, should I take a look at the... Where did the missions go? There they are. Should I take a look at the Fates Atlas? So, we go to Jarillo. And what's the first thing this thing would recommend I do? It would recommend I do Old Foreman's Treasure. Which one is that? Old Foreman's Treasure, that's all the way in Boulder Town. Okay. I guess we won't be doing what it recommends for a little while. Nice posters. I don't think these have changed at all. Oh, I see something shiny. What's this? Glum Man. Hello, Glum Man. Why are you glum? The familial wrought iron gate and a familiar man. Oh, I must have spoken to him before. They seemed almost identical to the other time, if not for the deepened creases across the man's brow. Bah, where on earth did those things come from? The goings on again. I have no idea what we talked about last time. I have zero memory. What happened? Who's there? Oh, hello, dear stranger. Do you remember me? I absolutely don't. I'm so sorry. We've met before. Oh, it's wonderful to see a familiar face. I was just about at my wit's end. Why is that? Those friends and neighbors of mine, they've mysteriously disappeared. Oh, well, that's not good. I haven't seen them for a long time, and no thanks to those things. I hear that after catching innocent people, they will. And then they'll turn into us, and they go search out for more unwitting innocents. The trotters? Eyes, nose, mouth, they all look the same, not a speck of difference. Don't trust them, you must watch out for yourself, don't trust them. The man is borderline hysterical, raving manically as he vanishes back into the darkness of the back alley. Those eyes of his, quivering from sheer fear, they leave a lasting impression on you. This is all getting creepy. I wonder if I'll run into him again. Okay, well, guess I'll be on the lookout for him then. I forget, I can't place map markers, yeah, unfortunately. I'll just have to remember. Okay, so I'll have to come back here again. Hopefully that guy is not schizophrenic. Although maybe that would be for the best, because if he isn't, then all of his friends will likely be eaten. Hello, Tamila.
The flower is beautiful, yet it cannot bloom forever.
How has your stalking been of late? I don't want to walk on a path others laid out for me, for life knows no boundary. I want to break free. Still sounds bad. That actually sounded quite cool to me. Why haven't I seen you in anything new lately? After I wrapped up the couple of musicals I was in, I stopped auditioning for new roles. Belobog coincidentally started having a lot of things happen recently. Many of my colleagues went on hiatus. I decided to just give myself an extended vacation. Okay, I really need to get a grip. I am struggling extra hard to read today, I don't know why. Did something happen? It doesn't really have much to do with me, actually. You've probably heard about what's been going on, right? The new Supreme Guardian assumed her role, and the underworld reopened. It's all news that has the city abuzz. Belobog is on the precipice of some big changes, and everyone knows it. I just feel like it's not only Belobog that needs to change, it's about time for this industry to make some changes. Yeah, I'm taking a break, but I'm also privately preparing for a project on top of practicing singing every day. I hope that, like Her Excellency Branya, I can bring something fresh to Belobog. Well, good luck to you. Sounds like she's getting busy recently. She won't have time to stalk Cecilia anymore. So don't give up on your orbed love. Got some more posters, theatrical posters. Although Stardust Rose is full of plot holes, you know that no one is watching it for the plot. The dreamlike times are transient and fleeting, and spending it quietly in the theater is clearly the best choice. No one watches it for the plot. Well, are the visuals good? Or for the actors? You know this Mr. Oh no, I missed it. Perhaps her skeletal appearance, frightful hair, long nails, tighter clothes aren't the best recipe for a box office hit. Mr. Truth something didn't perform well, I guess. Also, just remembered I forgot to read the paper. Bookshelf. Oh my god, I get to move on to the second tab. Feels amazing. Okay, where is it? Oh no. Oh no, it's not highlighted. My worst fear. I was not paying attention. That's bad. Was it this? Oh my god. I was not paying attention. You know what? Fortunately for me, I am recording right now, so I'll check the recording. Be right back. Aha, it was... Once Upon a Snow Siege something. Please, can I find it? There it is, wow. All the way at the bottom. Program booklet from the opera Once Upon a Snow Siege Country. free of charge upon purchasing a ticket. Oh, you get the booklet for free. This sounds like something that was written recently, maybe. Should I? I've read this before, but let's reread it. Opening date January 11th. Oh, I wonder what day it is now ending. The Golden Theater. 22 West, Elizabeth Avenue, Administrative District. A magnificent new year offering from the Golden Theater Operatic Division. It's a new year, special. Once upon a snow-sieged country, the new Supreme Guardian was checking historical records in the Qlipoth Fort on a snowy night. The history of architects constructing Belobog was passed down in every generation. However, on that night, these stories slept off the page before the new Supreme Guardians recount past tales. They recounted the resolve when the city was first founded, the unexpected wars, and the confusion and anxiety not recorded in history. Their happiness and troubles were all displayed on this snowy night. Galliard's Award of the Best Opera Director. Figaro, the latest work, 3 years in the... What is this? Font size constantly changing. 3 years in the making. Okay, I guess it wasn't a recent play. Galliard's Award for the Best Opera Conductor, Corolla. Farewell Piece from the Sincere Conductor. And Galliard's Award for the Best Opera Orchestra, the Belobog Philharmonic promises a grand performance. Galliard Award for the Best Female Opera Singer, Sarah. Who's Sarah? In the leading role. Producer Michael, Casting Director Rebecca, Composer Andrew, Sound Director Sabrina, Artistic Director Janet, Choreography Javier. I think that's how you say it. Choir, The Smile Choir. Costume design Brandon, set design Verdi, lighting Marina. Is Marina someone we know? Maybe. Public relationships Barbara. Cast Alyssa Rand, Sarah. So it's Alyssa Rand, okay. Svetlana, Fiona, Alexandra, Annie, Vinka Therese, Male Nicholas, Katerina Carroll. Lots of characters. The new Supreme Guardian, Abby. So I guess Alyssa Rand is gonna show up as a ghost of the past or something. Architect Doreen, Horace Goth. Is it the first Goth, maybe? Laszlo Lando. Maybe the first Lando, oh my god. Who knows? Lemming. Maybe I've seen a Lemming too. Concert program opening the stories behind the pages. New Supreme Guardian. Act 1 at the Guardians. Alyssa Rand Svetlana, so these are all the acts. Besides the Walls of Belobog, The Song of No Fear. Act 2, Area of the Supreme Guardian, Cheers of the Students, Gourmet Food, Fine Wine and Grains. This sounds like a development log, sort of, in a way. Quiet Belobog, Fortification March, Suite, and the Reforgers Duet. Katerina, Architect Doreen. Ooh, that's a cool name. Act 4, The Power of Preservation Takes Root in Me. This is the Destined Path of Guardians, 4 Guardians, and 1 recommendation. Okay, sounds like a good play. Page 2 is an interview, apparently. Exclusive interview face-to-face with the soprano Sarah about the dreams and tears behind Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country. Okay, let's see some behind-the-scenes stuff. Author Olsen, journalist at Belobog Weekly. The soprano Sarah had recently made a strong comeback via the opera Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country, after being away from the operatic stage due to health reasons for half a year. During the media preview event last night, Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country stirred up hot discussion amongst the Belobog media with its star-studded cast and their outstanding performance. Sarah, Galliard's Awards recipient and 6-time nominee for Best Female Opera Singer, a heavyweight in the opera scene and a very respectable senior, was long used to drama and grand occasions in this profession. And yet she shed rare tears when she spoke about Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country. How many times will I say this, the title of this play? I didn't want to accept the role for Alyssa Rand. I thought my body hadn't fully recovered and my resonance at the high notes were not as clear as before. But Corolla told me that this was her final work before she says goodbye to opera, so after some thought, I decided to bear with it and take this role. Sarah explained to us that the twists and turns behind her journey to the role of the Supreme Guardian Alyssa Rand in Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country. So it was because it was her friend's final play. for more than 10 years ago. Oh, from more than 10 years ago, the legendary female opera conductor Corolla. Corolla. We haven't seen a Corolla, right? Was already collaborating with Sarah, who had just entered the operatic stage at that time. Sarah had stopped her literature studies at the University of Belobog to chase her dreams of music. However, Corolla was already a legendary conductor famous throughout Belobog. Not only was there a large... Oh, Corolla was her friend. I'm silly. I forgot a name that I saw 5 seconds ago. Not only was there a large age gap between her and Sarah, they were also very different in recognition and career stage. How did they become such awesome friends? I was very young, and like many young people, I had a big appetite but a thin wallet. Very true. My friendship with Corolla started with food. The soprano, who is now a legend, spoke of how she met Corolla. They met at a charity gala hosted by a theater. Sarah was just focused on eating, and Corolla also held a plate. They then met in front of the same dish. More than a decade later, the two ladies with similar culinary tastes have already been friends for many years. Unfortunately, Corolla had decided to retire due to her advancing age, and she chose Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country as her farewell piece. Sarah told us that Corolla was not the only one who joined the Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country cast because of a stubborn dream. The director Figaro wanted to challenge himself with a serious drama, focused on a group of people making a perfect start to his career transition. From what? Meanwhile, for established operatic legends such as Sarah, Corolla, and the composer Andrew, they wanted to innovate and create a new road for the field of opera. If you've read the program or the flyers for Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country, you'd know that it is actually a story about a group of people, even though I was listed as lead female. Sarah explained. Once Upon a Snow-Sieged Country chose 6 legendary Supreme Guardians in the history of Belobog and recounted their illustrious lives to their successor in the story. Apart from Sarah playing as Alyssa Rand, over half of the characters are played by new actors. Sarah and her peers, the Watching Opera Legends, want to help young people to make a name in this industry by putting more established performers with newcomers. This was how Sarah and Corolla got to know each other years before. As Corolla is about to leave the stage, Sarah wants to continue the story between her and her friend in some way or other. To love that wants nothing in return, to dreams that won't allow us to turn back, and to the future of opera. Smile. I hated that. Smiling, Sarah lifted a glass of water to us. Using water instead of alcohol, she offered her sincerest wishes to the future of opera. What a wholesome story. Sounds like a very good field to work in. If people are constantly trying to help new people up, I can see why Celine is there. Tamila too, of course. Any more papers around? There's also just a surprising amount of prestige and culture surrounding these operas. We haven't seen an opera. I guess this must be the opera theater then. Wish we could go there at this point. It's kind of been hyped up. I want to go see a play. Oh well, maybe next time. Maybe one day. You notice that people always arrive in pairs under the advertisement poster for the romantic dramas. Despite Belobog's vastness, you can only feel a sense of claustrophobia. What a cute couple. Them two. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. I feel like people who are single are more likely to watch romantic stuff. Trash can once when you were feeling down, right? And the street lamp. Another world, street lamps make wonderful roosts for birds, but in Belobog they stand all alone. There's a very pretty lamppost though. I never noticed this crest. Not sure why there are 6 things. I wonder what they represent. There we go, got more papers. Roadside picnic program, page 3. Let's see here. Wrong thing. Roadside. There it is. Program booklet for the play Roadside Picnic. Free of charge, of course. So we got page 3. But yeah, that was a lot of text. I'm not gonna reread this, though I don't really remember. Talking about Martin, Marjorie. I don't quite remember this, if I'm being honest. I don't think I will reread it though. Let's see here though. The first cross-media creation from Marjorie, the literary master. Oh wait, now I'm starting to remember actually. Some, like, a total of 3 nerves in my brain somewhere at the back fired up at the mention of a literary master. The brand new fantasy show Roadside Picnic from the Golden Theater's drama department will officially open on November 5th at the Golden Theater. Tickets and limited merchandise will be available at the counter. Binder with the cover of Roadside Picnic. The cover of the binder is printed with a poster of Roadside Picnic. The size of the binder perfectly matches the size of the program with a great storage capacity of 30 pages. Practically and highly memorable, capable of storing piles of programs you get from the theater. Why not? If you're a collector. That's a lot of shield though, 1,500. I feel like that's a lot. Roadside Picnic Mole Kingdom's Round Table Meeting theme frame. Modeled after the Mole Kingdom Palace's council chamber backdrop. A special release for audience that love the theater with programs and ticket displays pre-reserved. You can decorate your wall with a program of Roadside Picnic along with your ticket. 3,000 shield. Roadside Picnic official script book. Licensed official merchandise with every line from the play, a legendary creation that surpasses media boundaries, written by the legendary Bellabog literary master Marjorie. Relive the wonderful story you live in the live performance, a must-have for all Roadside Picnic lovers. 5,000 shield. I feel like that's too much. I mean, you can just go see the play if you want to see the script, you know? Oh my god, there's so many more papers. Okay. Beneath the White Cloak, Program Chapter 2. Or Page 2. Where is it? It is not easy to find these plays. Are they all at the bottom? Oh, this is... Oh, it's not... Wait, this one shows new. Why does this one show new, but not the other ones? That's rude. Let's read this somewhere really quick. Beneath the White Cloak, an absurd rumor passes through the room as an unexpected guest arrives at the noble's feast. She wears a mask chiseled out of ice and cloak, the color of hoarfrost, bringing horrid death everywhere she goes. The new theater manager tries hard to serve the nobles, and yet when an opera opens, a guest in white appears in box number 5 without an invitation, and the century-old tale resurfaces in the grand gala. The longest-running show in the history of Golden Theater, special 30-year commemorative performance with a brilliant, never-before-seen cast. Well, that doesn't sound good. The show's been going on for 30 years, and it's a new cast all of a sudden. February 21st. 30-year commemorative performance of Beneath the White Cloak is about to start. Here are the 3 unmissable moments in the show. Author Olsen, journalist at Bellabog Weekly. I haven't been paying attention to who writes these. Was it always Olsen? With a dazzling cast never before seen, the Golden Theater recently drew up the curtains for the powerful 30-year commemorative performance. Or maybe it's just like the thing came out 30 years ago and now they're doing it again with a new cast. Maybe that's what it is. Apparently the number of citizens queuing up for tickets had repeatedly blocked key roads in the administrative district, ultimately getting the Silverine guards to come out to maintain order. I feel like that happened before to another program as well. The suspense musical Beneath the White Cloak, famous throughout Bellabog, is the longest running show. No, it is a running show in the history of the Golden Theater. As we anticipate the 30-year commemorative performance, we review the 3 unmissable famous scenes in the history of the show. They are long, okay. The mysterious white silk and crystal petals that fall from box number 5. So that's like the haunted one or something? When the lady in white first appears, a very mysterious and delicate white silk will fall from the top of the box number 5. Handmade crystal petals will also fall with the silk. In previous and popular versions of the show, the silk usually falls at a speed of 2.5 meters per second. Okay, very With actually silk falling at 2.5 meters per second. Isn't that kind of slow? Silk is a little heavy. Okay. But anyway, this is a lot of detail. This is made by a true fan, or written by a true fan. The handmade flower petals are specifically dyed to reflect marvelous colors under the light. Importantly, out of all the official merchandise sold in the theater for Beneath the White Cloak, the crystal petals are the most popular. I would like a crystal petal myself, that sounds like a nice decoration. The cast also did not prohibit the audience from taking the petals with them. For over 30 years, they just drop. I hope they're like actual petals, not crystal petals that they just drop on the audience. The cast also did not prohibit the audience from taking the petals with them. For over 30 years, this had been the unspoken agreement between the audience and the production cast. In fact, the 30-year commemorative production had declared that it had more than 6,000 crystal petals prepared for every performance. Wow. Number 2. Count David's proposal, the omnipresent lady in white. When Count David publicly proposes to Lorena, the most fascinating part is not the seemingly romantic love story between the lead characters, but the unpredictable reappearance of the lady in white. In the initial version of the performance, the lady in white suddenly appeared in the audience. As the Golden Theater became more technically advanced, the lady in white's reappearance became more mysterious and epic. She could walk out from reflections of countless mirrors on the stage, and could also rise slowly from beneath the floorboards, under the candelabra in the middle of the audience after a loud bang and copious amounts of fog. The technicality department of the theater designed a set that can only be moved with 20 people in order to create the mystery of the lady in white. This had satisfied the audience for the past decade, and also gave rise to a minigame popular amongst the theatergoers. Can you guess where the lady of white is going to appear during this particular performance? That actually sounds amazing. That sounds really cool. The mirror trick sounds cool. Just imagine like a bunch of mirrors on stage, and then from one of them, the lady in white steps out. That would be really, really cool. An all-star finale sang by established and upcoming actors. Okay, so it's both. The final chorus is the closing act for all actors in the theater within the show. The protagonist Lorena is only an upcoming character. What? How can the protagonist be an upcoming character? While Rebecca stands in the audience and they gaze at each other. As upcoming as in coming to stage? In the story, the protagonist silently leaves the stage as the leading actors sing together. However, Beneath the White Cloak had influenced generations of musical talent in the past 30 years. At the end of the story, the final song, Sleepless Night, which is meant to be a collective performance, but the wide appeal of the show gradually became the collective memory of generations. Nowadays, the temporary actors appearing on stage at the final song are usually very established actors, or even past leads in older renditions of Beneath the White Cloak. Various famous actors in the musical scene would also make the sudden appearances in this ending show. For the audience, this is an absolutely must-see moment, a sparkling scene that will get you your money's worth. Who can say no to the joy of trying to count how many famous actors are on this stage at the end? You've sold me. You've absolutely sold it to me. I want to see the lady, or not the lady in white, what was the cult? I already forgot the name. I want to see that. I want to see that play. Oh, there's a new one. Stardust Rose Program, page 1. Is this one gonna be just as amazing? Oh, there it is. A program booklet for this production of Stardust Rose. Oh, it's March 7th. Okay, well, we have to get March 7th to go to the theater on March 7th to see Stardust Rose, I guess. Golden Theater Drama Department's authentic production, 3 years in the making. Stardust Rose. A failed IPC sales manager was fired from his head office and came to a small border town. He accidentally discovers a long-extinct rose and falls in love with a botanist who came looking for it. When he realizes that this precious flower he stumbled upon could be his ticket back to the top of the IPC, what will he choose to do? Nice, romantic story from the sounds of it. Although I'm not sure March would enjoy romance. Maybe she would though, who knows. Never asked what kind of movies or plays she likes. Collier's Awards for I feel like every play has 3 different awards. Award for Best Direction of a Play, Jeffrey and Eric, co-directors. Best Actor in Play, Lane. I think that's an L, Lane. Best Actress in Play, Julia. Leading roles. Writing, Amy. Production, Tom. Costume design, Mary. Is that the same costume designer? Scene design, Paul. Lighting design, Hudson. Sound design, Carolyn. Movement director, David. Artist director, Janet. Casting director, Thomas. And marketing director, Holly. I feel like I've seen a Thomas before too. Cast, Howard is Lane, Alice, Joanne, Mark, director Anderson, Professor Collins, Elia, Howard's mother, Alfredo, company executive, Freddy, town guide, company shareholders, tower residents. You can kind of see the vague outline of the story from the cast. Actually, we have to get March 7th to watch that play though. Even if she doesn't like romance, maybe she'll like that one. Oh, what was that? Oh, just a theatrical poster. On the way to the old witch's house, damn it, 3 nights, the witches call them my dawn, my sun, and my night. It's as if Mrs. Trude is able to control everything in the vast universe. Oh, this one is also about Mrs. Trude, but this one seems more positive. Citizen Alexandra program, page 3. Another page 3. I feel like maybe for the rest of this episode I'll just read these things. Oh no, page 1 of 3. Program booklet from the production of Citizen Alexandra. Oh, I got page 3 first. Oh well. I don't think it's that important to read these in order. The latest masterpiece, Citizen Alexandra. Okay, so this is merchandise again, so I guess page 1 is, you know, the front page with the summary and the cast list. Page 2 is like interviews and stuff, and page 3 is merchandise. The latest masterpiece, Citizen Alexandra, from the talent composer Catherine after a 2-year hiatus. Talented composer. On show at the Golden Theatre on July 20th. Limited tickets and merchandise will be available at the counter. Binder with the cover of... Okay, so we got another binder. Sided binder perfectly matches. Yep. Same price. Citizen Alexandra Supreme Guardian theme frame, modeled on the original ballroom set from the play. Special release for audience that love musicals with reserved programs and ticket display cards. You can decorate your wall with the program of Citizen Alexandra along with your ticket. It sounds kind of decent. 1K shield, somehow cheap. Somehow one of the cheap items. And Citizen Alexandra repertoire with lyrics, including the lyrics of all songs in the Citizen Alexandra official show. Fine laminated pages printed with the best ink, a long-lasting collector's edition. Only 800 shield. So I guess Citizen Alexandra is not as famous as some other plays then, because the prices are cheaper. Oh yeah, vending machine, there's a shop, huh? What do you sell? Oh, there's recipes, nice. Let's take them. Camo paint. Enhancement paste fire. Sounds useful. Enhancement paste quantum. Those actually sound pretty good. I don't think I want any of these though. Anyone want to talk here? Nope. Okay. So there's the stairs down to the... Oh, is this connected? I thought this was a separate map down here. Okay, let's go here then, because I definitely did not look around here much. Yeah. I thought this was a separate area. This train station part here. But it's not. Luggage pile. As a member of the Astral Express, you are well-mannered and respectful. You know that other people's luggage is their sacred and inviolable property. Very true. Don't touch other people's stuff. That car just now, could it be? That's right, it's that thing you haven't seen for like, I forgot how many years. 10? 20? Drat. Oh, maybe you're not happy about it. Some more luggage there. not too many posters or anything. Oh, this one's special though. The leather suitcase has a vintage design, with a layer upon layer of dust piling on top of it. Typically, seeing such luggage at a transportation station is nothing unusual, so it can be said that the suitcase's lonely presence still falls within the realm of what's considered normal, even though it's still somewhat out of the ordinary. After all, no traveler would ever throw away their prized luggage on the roadside like that, at least not for that long. And if this were somehow the case, then the person who left their stuff behind must be habitually forgetful or unbelievably rich. Moreover, this forgetful or rich traveler apparently left something quite extraordinary inside the suitcase. If you press your ears against it and have a listen, you can hear a sound that goes like this. Tick-tock, tick-tock, I hope it's not a bomb. Tick-tock, tick-tock. It appears some kind of mechanical device knocking a sound with each passing second, calm, soothing. But wait, having this thing here is probably problematic. The suspicious suitcase making ticking sounds in this transportation station this busy. Oh, it doesn't seem that busy. Gosh, that's terrible. Stop right there. You know what that means, right? I'm sure you know. It must be a fancy clock. Yeah, valuable gold watch. Wait, just hold on for a second. It's not just watches that could be ticking. What about bombs and explosive devices? I love, like, the main character appears to just argue with herself sometimes. It's beautiful. We'd better be sure of it, lest it kills us all. Fortunately, you are calmer than what your words suggest, and you haven't reached into that alluring suitcase. And unfortunately, we still don't have a single clue about whether it's a bomb or just some kind of timepiece. Either way, we've got to open the suitcase to know what's inside. But that sounds a little dishonest. In other words, to do something that goes against societal ethics would cost you a praise of high morals. Not to mention the guilt you'd have to endure, the look you'd get from others, the warrant for your arrest by the still remaining guards, and so on. Or you could just turn a blind eye to all this, turn around and leave this place pretending everything you just witnessed has never happened in the first place. But of course, you will still have to pray that this potential bomb is not going to risk public safety. Let's do it. I do have morals. No problemo. So, were you blessed with praise of high morals? Of course. There we go, I have 14. If high morals were a real person, it'd probably be frowning so hard at you right now. It's for the good of us all. Did I actually see something go down just now? I think I did. But one thing at a time. You have nothing to worry about when you consume a praise of high morals to open the suspicious suitcase, so go ahead. You open the suitcase and... moment of truth. You finally locate the source of that ticking sound in a rather empty suitcase. It turned out to be a precious gold watch. The moniker Wallace is engraved on the watch, along with the line, "Should this item come into your possession, kindly contact Wallace Cambridge Livingston. Your act of kindness shall be handsomely recompensated." The watch seems destined to be here at this very moment, as its wealthy owner has already made preparations for all the foreseeable fates of this watch, and with the possible exception that it might be mistaken for a bomb. Okay, so I need to return the watch then. A watch that was almost mistaken for a bomb. It was said that a person's prized accessories can reflect their taste to an extent. So I offered up 3 mansions in exchange for this watch. That doesn't sound like a very good business deal. Hurt Locker. Okay, well, I'm glad I chose to use my high morals there. I got an achievement. Solve the crisis at the Bellbog cable car station while also avoiding ethical risks. By using some high morals to make the eons I just look the other way. And let's unlock these recipes. Oh, that's not how you unlock. There we go. Less likely to be detected, and yeah, I expected more damage. Cool. So I need to find Wallace. Wallace isn't my friend, that guy, is it? I forgot, it's been so long. When does the cable guard get to the station? Well, there's one right there. Vending machine, another one. Healing spray, no thank you. Okay, so these share inventory. I will still check every single one though, just in case. More luggage piles. Our destination is that a guide maybe? Can I jump onto the tracks? No. Can I become the cable car? This thing looks beautiful, by the way. I would love to ride one of those. Oh, a trash can. Rumors are spreading around the city about you. The whispers speak of a stranger that has rummaged through all the trash cans in the city, as if in search of something, tried to prevent something from being lost. The stranger came to the city by himself. His face is stoic and his movements sluggish. He rummaged through the trash cans as if he was embracing a lost lover. Must be the Rat King, was it? Amidst the dancing whispers, the image of you gradually becomes more clear. You are a slim and short-haired man who lost his hearing during a battle against a fragmentum monster. One of your eyes is a fake eyeball made of condensed geomarrow fluid. There's geomarrow fluid? You hold a spear, which is both your crutch and your dear comrade. Don You can't help looking at Don Heng. He seems to be silently carrying everything on his shoulders for you. Poor guy. Bellwalk trash can, a great place to hide something. He did not deserve that. That was funny. But yeah, let me go back and around. Did I check here? I guess I did. Okay, which way to go? I guess I shouldn't go on the street. Let's take the stairs. Ah, the flower shop. I've been wanting to properly look at it for so long. I finally can. The Iron Gate is ice cold. You have no idea what's behind it. I have actually quite a good idea what's behind it. For I have eyes. The street lamp. The marks on this lamp are clues to its history. And the mailbox. You walk around the mailbox inspecting it, but don't find any more letters. Unfortunately, no one wrote to me. Bookshelf. You spot the Crystal Daily, weekend edition. There are not many copies left behind. What's the Crystal Daily? There's another. Oh my god, there it is. As you approach, you feel the warmth gently around your legs, which is chest. As an affectionate pet were rubbing against him. I lied, I had to finish it. I got the final chest. There we go. I can sleep at night once again. Oh, shall I go? Can I go to the Qlipoth Fort? I can. Oh. I didn't expect to be able to. Okay, is there anything here? Tall bookshelf? A tall bookshelf. It would be better if there were no books in it. That would not be a bookshelf then. Amount of piled up documents. What happened to being environmentally conscious? Well, they don't really have much of an environment left. Bronya is there. Amount of piled up documents. They must fetch for quite a bit of money. Please keep quiet, I am trying my best. They clearly demonstrate the need for a paperless office. They really do. This looks miserable. Imagine having to find one specific paper there. Has somebody borrowed it? Tall bookshelf. It would not be better without books. A delicate jar. Very delicate jar with an unknown purpose. Perhaps there's salsa in it. Delicate tea set. A very fine tea set. It seems like no one has used it for a long time. Not a fan of tea, Bronya? The sphere, I remember the sphere. After seeing this armillary sphere, you realize that you're actually on a planet right now. Oh my god. I can't believe it. You sure? Okay, nothing too interesting about these documents. Oh, Pella's here too, right. Hey, Pella.
Has someone taken that file?
You'll put this Bellabok Chronicles here. You better not let me catch you. I know you're standing behind me. I won't let you scare me this time. So, what brings you here? Do you regret not signing the contract with the IPC? You meant the thing you asked about my opinion on before. Well, of course not. Although Bellabok has not been acquired or taken on by the IPC, many of their employees have remained stationed in the city. There's a report here that shows productivity on the Pillars of Creation construction project. Wait, there's a report that shows productivity on the Pillars of Creation construction project has increased by nearly 40% since these people in black got stationed here. If they really are willing to share their technology unreservedly with us, then production speed will definitely double. No, could even triple or quadruple. Looking at the data, Lady Bronya made the appropriate decision. This might even be the best possible result for the people of Belobog. That's nice. It's been a while, but if I recall correctly, they simply sold their giant robot to not be in debt to the IPC. And also, like, promise cooperation in the future, I think. I feel like I've asked these before. Definitely asked this one before. What about this one? Captain Jeopard is a very reliable person as far as carrying around his public duties is concerned. As for the other aspects of his life, I can only say he is hopeless. I feel like I have read this. There are so many things he can do better, but be it maintaining his weapon or his appearance, wow. Even as unkempt as he is, wow, he is still for some reason able to give Serval life advice. Wow, she's just absolutely destroying the entire family. The relationship between these siblings is puzzling, even to an intelligence officer like myself. Wow. Serval is of course my best friend. We've even formed a band together. She's the guitarist and vocalist, while I'm the drummer. Oh yeah, I remember her saying this before. I often visit her workshop after work. If Lynx is there, I'd stay the night. As I live alone, there are times I find boring to stay at home. That's nice. Always good to have friends. That will make you feel less lonely. Guardian's desk. That's a pretty cool desk. There's very little on this desk, but that which usually means the desk's owner's about to leave the job. I don't think she's leaving the job. I feel like there was something over here I wanted to look at, but maybe not. I think it was just this paper. Engine of Creation Improvement something. There it is. A formal description of improvement plan description. A formal description of the Engine of Creation Improvement Plan presents a visionary outlook on it into a distant future. This is an interview published by the Crystal Daily. Okay, I guess it's a newspaper of sorts. Weekend edition, before the Soulworm Festival. Did the Soulworm Festival happen yet? I don't think it did, right? Or did it? Wait, I forgot. Did the continuance thing happen during the Soulworm Festival? Maybe. I don't quite remember. My god, it's been too long. It's been like a literal year. Engine of Creation Improvement Plan description. Considering the extensive time span and the large number of personnel required for this project, the article will serve to explain the plan and goals of the creation project. This is to ensure that future successors understand the developmental direction and significance of this project. Though the phase mentioned here may not achieve the expected results within the predicted timeframes, the spirit behind this project must be kept in the hearts of all colleagues. The project aims to repair multiple damaged engines of... There's multiple? I thought there was just one. I thought they were gonna like reverse engineer it or something. But there's just multiple around. Wow. Engines of Creation, geological reconstruction units independently constructed by Belobog. These will be used to eliminate the influence of the eternal freeze caused by the Stellaron and renew the planet to the thriving vitality of 700 years ago. I mean, giant robots, multiple giant robots, are a pretty good way to terraform a planet. Sounds like a solid plan to me. The duration of the project is expected to span 10 generations, though we are uncertain as to whether our home will ever be recovered. The courage and hope of Belobog will always be etched under the stars. Phase 1. Belobog will spare no effort to collect the raw materials required for the Engines of Creation's repairs. Phase 2. All components, including the 4 limbs, are to be constructed to prioritize the structural repair of the Engines of Creation. Okay, Phase 3. The Engines of Creation are to be completely assembled. The project's focus will then move underground towards the mining of geomarrow to refine energy sources. Phase 4, the energy sources are to be introduced and the engines of creation will be reactivated. Transformation of the Jarillo landform is to begin. Phase 5, Jarillo is restored to its former glory. Bit of a jump. Phase 6, breach into the universe and traverse beyond the blue skies. An even bigger jump. Thanks to the technical support from the IPC, the time requirements for the project have been greatly reduced. It is hoped that the project shall reach completion within 2 or 3 generations. Wow, that's actually insanely quick. You plan to terraform the planet within 3 generations. Wow. Good luck with that. That's not gonna be easy. So, maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe they didn't sell a robot, a giant robot. Maybe they they've showed that they have potential in the future and the IPC invested in their future. I think that's what happened then. Something like that. Hey Bronya.
Welcome to Bellabog, Trailblazers.
Despite Belloc being in a terrible state these days, you can always find its charming side, if you only look carefully enough. I found plenty of charm. It's been only, what, an hour? I trust you have a meticulous eye for beauty, Trailblazer. I hope you have a great time in Bellabog. Can we talk about the IPC? Of course we can talk about that. There's much that is worth discussing. We're both free. What's on your mind? So interesting to see that characters have a lot to say after the continuance. That's something I should keep in mind going forward. What do you think about Topaz? Miss Topaz, she's very complex. From the letter she gave me, I could sense her sincerity, yet she would also withhold important information from me and coerce and manipulate us into what she desires. However, I can feel that she is sincerely working for the future of this planet from the bottom of her heart, even if not everyone can accept her methods. Yeah, she's very calculated. I'm not sure I trust her fully. You're right, it's a relief that she's on our side. I guess this is what you'd call a blessing in disguise, right? Though Bellabog experienced a great trial, it also gained a powerful ally because of it. My wish... I guess Topaz did kind of put her neck out there for Bellabog at the end, so I guess I should trust her a bit more. My wish is that this will make the IPC abandon their idea of interfering with Jarillo 6. I hope Miss Topaz's promise carries enough weight. You almost signed the contract. That's right, at that moment I was on the verge of breaking down. Fortunately, Miss Simiko appeared in time and explained the whole picture. I wonder why Topaz didn't mention the numbers and probability in her letter. Was she confident enough in herself, or did she deliberately hide them from me? Well, that's no longer important. What I need to reflect on is how I felt at that moment. I almost caved to the pressure. At that moment, all I wanted was to escape my responsibilities once and for all. That is the hard part of being a leader. If things had not turned out around, I may have betrayed the trust of all of our citizens, and SEALs too. I must learn from this lesson and continue to grow. My will must be stronger. I feel like you will get stronger. Or well, you already are. Yeah, there are still a lot of IPC people, but yeah, she permitted them. Those that are stationed here are all Topaz's most trusted employees. It seems they call this place an exotechnical support dispatch zone. That was in the underground arena area, I think. Whatever the case, we can definitely make use of the IPC's technology. If they can know their place and assist the citizens in their work, Bellabog may even complete this tech leap they speak of within a generation. Can you imagine, as you son, there may come a day once when I step down from my role as Supreme Guardian, that we could really set out to travel together. That is no longer just a pipe dream. Wow, she's that excited for it. If Pella says that their technology can increase, you know, their production speed by 3 or 4 times, and the estimation right now is 2 or 3 generations, then yeah. But that is a ludicrously fast thing to do. Terraforming a planet. In what, 10-20 years? That would be insane. Although who knows, maybe Jarillo 6 is simply a small planet. About the engine of creation and the pillars of creation. When you went in search of Topaz, I immediately made an appeal to the people of to the people on the Bellabog City radio. Ooh, I want to listen to the Bellabog City radio. I told the citizens everything behind the events surrounding the IPC and urged them to pick up their tools and join the Silvermane Guards northward to direct their efforts toward rebuilding the Engine of Creation. Oh, so she did a massive call to arms. And there was indeed just about everyone over there. And you all saw the outcome. The citizens of Bellabog, regardless of background and status, both Underworlder and Overworlder, that's very hard for me to say for some reason, have all come together to contribute to maintaining the freedom and autonomy of this world. I'm so happy, as you saw. I no longer have to concoct a lie this time. I don't have to sacrifice my sincerity for the sake of stability. Perhaps one day, people will also be able to calmly accept that truth. Wow, she's planning to reveal her lie one day. Did not expect that. That's good though, because didn't quite sit right with me. The fact that she lied in the first place. Not that I don't understand the reasoning. What else do you have to say though? How does it feel to be Supreme Guardian? For me, it's just a title and nothing more. I'll still stick to doing the right thing with or without this title. But not from the point of view of the people, from them, for them. The Supreme Guardian is a powerful symbol, not just of the city's leadership, but also of a future with hope. So I have to re-examine my thinking more critically. I have to always bear in mind that every decision I make could affect the lives of thousands of people. It's a heavy load to bear. To be honest, I don't even know if I can do it. But I'm lucky, because I don't have to go through it all alone. It's good to hear. We saw Celia in the office helping her make decisions. Well, help is a strong word. More like argue about decisions. But you know, that does help in the end, still. So what are your next plans? The number one priority is to revitalize Bellabog. It still sounds so vague, doesn't it? As for the specific actions, I think the number one priority is to reorganize the economy. The blockade has had a huge impact on the overworld and underworld economies. Right now, ordinary miners in the underworld can't bear the high cost of living in the administrative district. If things don't get better, then you can forget about reintegrating the overworld and underworld. I've booked up meetings with several of the finance ministers to try and hammer out a basic direction for reforms. Of course, this is only the first step in a great revitalization plan. I hope it will be a strong start. Sounds like a decent place to start. Assuming aid has already been sent down to the underworld, because I think they need it. About Cacolia. Yeah, this was a kind of a big topic. As for Mom, all I can do is keep myself from remembering how she looked before she passed. No matter what she might look like to you, Madame Cacolia was my only living family. Everything that has made me into a person I am, I owe it to her teachings. I don't know when she started going astray, but this whole time, all she's ever done has been showered me with love, and I don't think that's the Stellaron's influence. Honestly speaking, the thought of not seeing her again always wells me up with tears. Yet now is not the time for me to show my vulnerable side. There's always time for that, Bronya, don't forget. It was a terrible idea to bottle stuff in like that. As you said yourself, you have friends, you should lean on them. I'm sure she does. What about Seal? She wants to get stuck into some material change rather than stick around in this lifeless office. She wants to get stuck into some material change. So she wants to do physical things to help out. She was always thinking about the underworld. You can't stop someone like that from leaving. Celia is a doer. She can't do what she does best at the negotiation table. She knows where her strengths lie, and as a friend and fellow fighter, I support her choice. Besides, if I send a signal asking for her help, I know she'll return to me, and that's all I need. That's lovely. She has her own call. Oh, my voice is dying. I need some water. Ah, that's better. Hello, Guy. Good work. Yep. Keep it up. Trash 10. Oh, more pages. Don't get too close without courage, right? Bench. Benches are ergonomic in design, but their placement doesn't take the environment into consideration. What do you mean? Are you saying you can sit on this instead? I guess. Belobog Academy mid-term? Maybe? Midterm exam paper, yes. A failed exam paper. The owner of the exam paper seems to be a boy named Luthen. Don't remember Luthen. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get any of these right. Class 2, Year 6, name Luthen, grades 35. Academy, so it must be a young person here. Fill in the blanks. In order to not damage the geomarrow lamps in the city, one needs to pay attention to prevent brains from short-circuiting. I guess it's just wires. Particles such as rock salt and yellow sugar all have geometric forms. People call such shapes crystal. Gotcha. I did say don't leave any gaps in the fill in blank section, but not for you to do brain twisters in it. We can use the distance and size of Belobog's Academy teaching buildings to determine its locations in the city. The distance and position, maybe? I don't know. Rust is produced when metals have love reactions with oxygen in the air. Oh my. Frostwave salmon will swim to a place with suitable temperature to pass the winter when the water starts to cool. This way of passing the winter is called travel. I think it's migration. Surprised there's a live fish out in the wild in Belobog though, or in Jarillo. Multiple choice questions. When observing an aroma ether grass, the correct order is from outside to inside, from inside to outside, from top to bottom, from bottom to top. I have no idea, but since you usually observe plants from top to bottom, I assume the proper procedure then is from bottom to top. The fruiting process of red sunsets. What's a red sunset is? Flowering, pollination, fruit. Flowering, fruit, pollination. Pollination, flowering, fruit. Okay, well, fruit is obviously the last one. Is it though? Yeah, it is, right. Flowers pollinates, then fruit. Also, this guy is just putting C on everything, or this kid. The tip of Alm's toes can suck onto surfaces and are useful for crawling in caves. These structures are called... The tip of Alm's... I guess that's some, yeah, weird grappling hook. Or maybe a creature? These structures are called... suction pads, I guess. I don't know. Gotcha, they aren't cats, they don't have paws. The mouthparts of adult funeral worms are needle formed, I have no idea, proboscis formed, chewing mandibles, siphon formed. Gotcha, Lothana. I did say to pick C. If you don't know the answer, at least you listen to that. That's commendable, but can you actually take a look at the question? I would have guessed chewing mandibles too. Which of the following items is soluble in water? Geomarrow, rock salt, jam, and honey. All of the above. True or false questions. Touching the city walls feels colder than touching a tree, because the walls have a lower temperature than the tree. False. The tri-toothed beast from the Middle Ages becomes extinct because it could not adapt to the lower temperature and reduced food sources. I think so, yes. This is like their version of a mammoth, I guess. Geomarrow is formed after the corpses of ancient animals were transformed with tectonic... Wait. Geomarrow is formed after the corpses of ancient animals were transformed within tectonic plates after a few billion years. Is it? I mean, that would explain the name. I have no idea. Although they are using it as fuel as well, so yeah, that probably is true. People feel hot next to geomarrow because of heat conduction. It's true to some capacity, I guess, yeah. When the mad moles feed underground, they mostly use incisors to cut, canines to tear, and molars to grind food. Canines to tear. Sounds about right, I guess. The way to chop candied mushrooms and soothing mushrooms is in half is a vertical cut. That also sounds true. The rainbow leaf's transpiration effect can reduce the temperature of its leaf surface and protect the plant from being hurt by heat. I'm not sure what transpiration effect is. Skip, next question. When we see growth rings on tree stumps out in the wilds, we can identify the wider part of the rings as the north. Huh? Growth rings on tree stumps. There's no way that's true, right? Well, maybe in this world. Corrosive ore moss can use the soft light from chemical reactions to survive in lightless caves. Well, considering it's called ore moss, then probably. Using eyesight to touch blade cuts and dropping liquid, one can discern the type of mines. Sure. Using I think eyesight is enough on its own, probably. Using levers can save effort and change the direction of the force. Force of what? Animals that can live in water and on land are called amphibians. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know enough about biology, probably. I mean, frogs are amphibians, and they can do that. But frogs can't permanently be underwater. I don't know. Gotcha. Even if you just do it for show, can you write some false answers to show that you're actually thinking and comfort your poor teacher? Poor teachers. The story never changes. They never get paid enough. It was Wallace. Wallace.
Are you trying to have a staring contest?
I found your watch. That's the watch Lord Simon gave me as a gift. I thought you purchased it for 3 mansions. I was just wondering where it had gone. Thank you so much. Well, maybe Simon purchased it for 3 mansions. Aren't you even slightly curious about how it got lost? Not really. It's just an artifact left behind by the 3rd Supreme Guardian. Won't be that big of a loss anyway. Nevertheless, since you're the one who returned it to me, I will reward you handsomely as promised. I, Wallace, will never mistreat a friend. This is the reward I prepared for you. Please enjoy. Oh my god, he called me a friend for the first time. Thank you, Wallace.
Are you trying to have a staring
The
contest?
5G is meaningless. He called me a friend for the first time. That's the true price. How have things been, Wallace? Don't mention it. A few days ago, I spent a small sum of money, as much as the price of a few antique vases. Vases? I requested for someone to fetch a mech pet from the underworld. Unfortunately, once it was assembled, it was nothing special. As for the people who come from below, all they talk about is policies, money, and business. There's absolutely nothing I can talk to them about. How painfully mundane. I just can't even fathom the point. Can you try to explain to me what's the use of money? How can people spend all day longing after something like this? It's so unrefined, downright vulgar even. Yes, rich people famously never talk about money. That's funny. See you around, Wallace. Do you have any new newspapers for me, Alexis?
Breaking news! Read all about it!
How have things been, though? Recently, I've been living large. Haha, you heard right? Bellabog is about to go through some big changes, which means big headlines. Am I gonna spill the truth on the 3rd option here? Of course I've heard. Haha, you're really up with the play. On the down low, I heard that from my contacts at the newspapers that when the old Supreme Guardian had her accident, the only one at the scene was Lady Bronya. Doesn't that seem suspicious? Well, that's false, because there was a lot of people there. Well, no matter what, Billabog is in the teeth of a storm now. And in this line of business, you've got to take your chances. You know what they say? An opportunity lost is an opportunity wasted, right? Something like that.
Extra! Extra!
He actually has something new. Miners Weekly, issue 226. Workers' tabloid with an official feel to it. Isn't this a Bellabog thing? Or underground, that is. Underworld thing? Underworld newspaper? Stay updated on the development progress of Bellabog. Nice. Where is it? Oh, wrong place. There it is. Didn't I find more papers? Maybe they weren't like proper papers that I could pick up, just the things I could read on the ground. Let's see. Issue 2 to 6, fortification, something AF. What does AF stand for? I have no clue. After Frost? Great news, the Engine of Creation project achieves great progress. Under the leadership of Supreme Guardian Bronya Rand, the Engine of Creation repair project has made monumental developments. From the date of publication, 75% of the engine part excavation work has already been completed. Project work from here will officially move its focus to collection of raw materials and parts manufacturing. Faced with the three great adversities of lacking manpower, outdated technology, and insufficient funding, the workforce have relied on their unyielding perseverance and unbreakable spirit to complete tasks of great quality and quantity. They have demonstrated the confidence and dedication of the Bellabodian people, good to know what to call them, seeking to rebuild their home to those both on and off the planet. You're implying there's, I guess, maybe some Bellabog people left with the IPC all those years ago. In fact, definitely. We believe that in the near future, the Engine of Creation fortification scene will become one of the unique landscapes of Jarillo 6. Ethereum War sweeps the mobile market. It's a mobile game, of course. According to statistics, downloads of the mobile game Ethereum Wars developed by the IPC have already exceeded a bazillion, with an average of 1 in 10 million people playing the game. It has become the most popular gaming app in Bellabog. Aether Spirit battles have become an important way for construction workers to socialize during work breaks, and collecting Aether Spirits has become the main goal for children heading outside to play. It's silly. Imagine you at your workplace start working and just one day everyone all of a sudden is playing Star Rail. Just everyone only talks about Star Rail on breaks and stuff. Would be ridiculous. I guess this is actually their just equivalent of Pokemon Go, which did in fact sort of happen. A devoted player that wished to remain anonymous remarked, "I have played this game for only 3 days and my total playtime has already reached 80 hours. What? It's so much fun. We would like to remind our fellows that our gaming time should be managed responsibly and not allow your virtual lives to influence your real ones. I think we need to find this person and ask to borrow their time machine." Energy Deal illuminates the future of Jarillo. In recent days, the energy upgrade program proposed by Director Topaz of the IPC Strategic Investment Department was formally approved by the Supreme Guardian, which will see implementation across all of Bellabog. As repairs proceed steadily, the external contract personnel of the IPC will assist workers across Bellabog to enhance geomarrow burning technologies and make them more effective and safe. This move will not only further safeguard the production and lifestyles of Bellabog citizens, but also provide further momentum to the Engine of Creation repair efforts. I was gonna say, geomarrow doesn't sound like a very good long-term sustain plan, but they probably have so much of it because so much of the planet died out. And also if they do cause their own global warming, then you know, that would be good because that would melt just some snow. Also, my assignment's finished. Okay, enough. I want to go to... Oh wait, that's the flower shop. This is the bookshop, apparently. Well, okay.
Do you want to buy a book?
I do. Do you have any new books? How have things been, though? Lately, I've been doing a lot of reading. I'm almost done reading all the books I have in stock. Maybe I'll need to get some new books in. So you've been getting new stock to give yourself things to read. Well, that's interesting too. I just ask publishers for advanced copies of books. I have high standards when it comes to content, so if a book can't satisfy me, then they shouldn't even think about putting it on the market. I wish everyone did that for all their stores, you know? If like people who sell food tried out the food before selling it, I feel like the world would be a better place. Although food was a random example. I was thinking more about games. If an advanced copy is okay, I'll tell the publisher I want to place an order for that book. Then I'll officially put it on sale for the general public. That's how I sell books. You are taking advantage of your position, but oh well. Oh, I mean, when you put it that way, I can't say you're wrong. There's some content out there that tells me a publisher's churning out books without any regard of quality. I suspect that the publisher has a lazy editor. From my perspective, I'm doing the reader a solid. Well, have you heard? Supposedly, there's a chance that the Tale of Winterlands can be openly sold again. Oh my god. The book series is simply fantastic. It was such a shame that it was banned before. Are you a Tales fan? I am. I've been keeping up with all the news about it. If I hear any updates, I'll be sure to tell you right away. Do you have...
Free to look around.
Do you have it? Ah, she has it. And also something new, Mech Mayhem. Hot-Blooded Radiance. A fantasy novel that suddenly erupted in popularity across Belobog, describing a future civilization that uses giant machines to wage war against monsters. It reflects the wave of adoration for giant structures that arose from the engine of creation. Who wouldn't adore giant structures like the engine of creation? Chapter 5, Chapter 2, Chapter 6, final chapter. Okay, I think I'll have to... I remember reading some Tales of Winterland, but maybe I'll start from the start. Although my voice is kind of dying. Let's start with the giant mech novel, though. Hot-Blooded... or Mech Mayhem Hot-Blooded Radiance. A fantasy novel that suddenly erupted in popularity across Belobog, describing a future civilization that uses giant machines to wage war against monsters. This is an excerpt from the final chapter of the first book. You're just not gonna sell me the first book? Whatever. Only the excerpt. Now that's a scam. Battle engine pilots, known as Steel Knights, are worth more than their weight in gold. Piloting mountain-sized mechas, they're responsible for rescuing the cosmos from frightful foes. This feels just like a plot to a random anime. However, before they can become such heroes, these young boys and girls, of course they're young, must first attend the Steel Knight training grounds at the center of the universe to undergo grueling training. Finally, there's one final trial before they can graduate. They must claim victory in a live combat drill. And of course, it's a high school setting too. If I say I can't do it, I can't do it. There's no use begging me. The boy pushed up glasses, resting under his dark hair with a heavy sigh. The paint has been scratched off all over the place. The left arm, chest armor, and main monitor are all gone. And the power furnace is trashed. It was one step away from coming apart. It's a wonder he even survived. Also, the barrel on this shoulder machine gun is melted. How did that even happen? I remember I installed overheat protection for you. I sorted that out. Firing in short bursts is no fun at all. Plus, what am I supposed to do if my gun is locked from overheating and an enemy suddenly appears ahead? Explained the young girl, gesticulating excitedly. The boy stared at her long, tied-up hair. It kept catching his attention as it danced along to her movements. Then you can just keep your fingers on the trigger. You were originally a mechanic who is specialized in close combat either way. These repairs are absurdly impossible in just 5 days. Plus, I'm not your personal mechanic. I still have other jobs waiting for me. As he said this, the boy turned away and pretended to walk off. After walking a few steps, he realized that the girl still hadn't called out to him to stop. As he peered behind him, he caught a slight smile on her face. So, there's still room for discussion? No, it's not that. I just... Come on, maintenance team kid, help us out. The young girl leaned in closer, her amber-like eyes once again commanding his line of sight. He's been charmed. He's been absolutely charmed. Impossible. He can't resist. Fine, but on one condition, just name it. The boy hesitated and gestured towards the girl's personal information on her driver's uniform. Your name, that is just the code name, right? I want to know your real name. Also, stop calling me the maintenance team kid. I introduced myself when we first met. I want you to remember my name properly. Tanini. Huh? That's my name. How would you say it in your Jianzhou language? Tanning? No. Tenor. That's even worse. Well, I'm lost in the dialogue here a bit. So her name is Tanny, and he was confused, and he's from the Jianzhou. I see. The boy fell into deep thought, rubbing his chin to help him think. After some time, he clasped his hands and hurried over to the maintenance shelves like a happy squirrel. You've dedicated the rest of your life to the Dawn Star, and they've lumped you with a wreck like this? Yes, it's a machine genuinely in service, but it's also a complete mess. It's even got missing modules. Liu Jin looked up at the battle engine and rubbed his chin once more. Well, I was going back anyway, so it was basically free. Oh yeah, you're from Jianzhou too, aren't you? These markings here, is that writing? What does it mean? I'm curious. Liu Jin stared at the markings on the shoulder panel and tried to decipher the markings. I think it says titanium. I feel like that's a reference I'm missing. I got a bit lost here. I feel like this is a whole separate section. That's a cool story though. I would read the rest of it. I'm still missing a page from the Tale of Winterlands. Missing chapter 6. Okay, well, I think I'll find chapter 6 first, and then I'll read the whole beast. Flower shop time. Oh, it's her again. I want to give her some credits as a thank you for the beautiful music. Her heart must be as cold as the benches in Belobog, poetry song, written in Belobog during winter. Flower bed. This flower has 8 petals with white dots at the end of each. They look like melting drops on the first snow. This one? That's a very nice flower. But this one straight up glows. I want that one. Standing sign. You see a sign that says, "The Marquis is our specialty, no discounts." And the summer shade bamboo. You see a tall but thin plant with columnar shaped stems. The inside is full of holes. I guess it's a bamboo then? Oh well, it literally says bamboo there. I guess let's go in. The stairs, the other stairs are weird, I remember that. Oh my god, it's so pretty here. And also the windows are weird.
I can't decide.
I don't like that. That makes me vaguely motion sick. Look at all the pretty stuff. Where's that paper? Give me that. Oh my god, there it is. Oh, what's this song? This is a nice song. Tale of Winterlands, where are you? It is gone. Oh, never mind. It was still marked new. I am silly. Okay. This is gonna be a long one. I'm gonna spend like 30 minutes reading this. Let's go. This chapter... Oh, chapter 1, Far From Home. This chapter mainly talks about Artem, a member of Belobog's supernova expedition team. He was accidentally dragged into a blizzard outside of Belobog. After falling off a cliff, he began his struggle to survive. After Artem first joined the Ancient Relic Expedition team, he was known as the most promising youth in the history of the expedition team. He graduated at the top of his class from the best medical institute in Belobog, while also having degrees in archaeology and geology. So he's a medical student too. Okay. His physical capabilities rival that of a professional athlete, and he has claimed multiple national rock climbing championships as the head of a medical institute's rock climbing association. Wow, so this guy is like some sort of doctor, and is a rock climbing championship, and the geology and archaeology expert. Jesus. The most main character of all main characters. However, beneath the glamour and praise hides an extremely stubborn person who's obsessed with the relics of the old world. When Artem first joined the expedition team, he often became overly devoted to the studies of ancient relics. He locked himself in a research institute for days until the staff found him passed out on the lab floor. What? I even forgot to eat? Yes, Artem, you've even forgot to sleep. That won't do, I'm gonna fill my stomach and get back to my research. It was not until recently that he learned to keep some canned food on his drawer in the lab. That is very desperate. This only made him stay even longer in the lab than before. Lab, I thought you were an archaeologist. In the beginning, many young ladies set their eyes on Artem, for a little while at least, but everyone soon realized that the humanoid organism named Artem seems to be unable to develop emotional connections with others. What a pity. That's a bit rude. In his own words, for now, I just want to adventure. The Ancient Relic Expedition team belongs to the Belobog Museum. Okay. They are a team of adventurers responsible for finding old world relics in the area surrounding Belobog. Retrieved relics will be studied extensively by archaeologists and historians. However, their work must be done in a harsh blizzard environment. Dangerous situations and accidents are frequent in this line of work, which requires both wisdom and courage. Without a doubt, these archaeologists are the true explorers of Belobog. It shouldn't come as a surprise that the explorers may die at any moment. This moment was no different. Arthur moved towards the cliff face as he dragged the lower half of his body with difficulty. The wind was much weaker here, making sure he can breathe a little easier before his inevitable death. His vision was blurry, but he couldn't tell whether it was due to the blizzard or if his eyes were wounded. He tried looking up the cliff where he probably fell from. Did the team member he pulled up find safety? He must have, right? It was only a matter of time before he joined the other team members. That's a relief. He was exhausted, and his vision gradually grew dim. If he fell asleep now, during this frozen blizzard, he would never wake up, that's for sure. The heavy abdominal bleeding had frozen solid, and Artem wasn't sure how he would eventually die. It hardly mattered to him at this point. As the blizzard grew more violent, Artem would soon become a corpse just like the ones he had passed by on previous adventures. It gave him some relief to think he wouldn't be alone. He was just 3 days old when he climbed the drain pipe to the rooftop, much to the horrors of his parents. What was happening? Was his life already flashing before his eyes? How many memories does one make in a lifetime? Artem had drifted off to sleep under the cliff. The flame of his life flickered in the blizzard. It was about to die out. Chapter 2, Frozen City 1. Continuation. Artem was rescued by an unknown man and his daughter, and later woke up in a small medical facility. What he saw was a strange world unlike Belobog. Everything here was made from rainwater, and the residents here lived in harmony with the wind and the snow. Artem was amazed by the wondrous sights built from special materials. As the flow of time continued, Artem found himself lying in a medical facility. However, this medical facility had nothing in common with Belobog's architect's Charis Hospital. No hospital in Belobog would have beds made of crystals. It wasn't until Artem noticed the IV drop attached to his arm that he realized he was being treated. Not the side of the hospital made you realize that? There was drumming in his ears. His eyes were only able to make out the blurred, burning lights around him. Apparently his motor skills haven't returned. What's for sure is that he had almost crossed over to the other side. The first person he met after being discharged from the hospital was the girl that helped him in his dreams. Congratulations on your recovery. Thank you. Could you tell me who are you? I should probably introduce myself first. No, wait. Artem was filled with questions, his words became jumbled, and he was unable to form a complete sentence. My name is Anna. I'm Artem. Unlike the first time they met, Anna didn't tie her hair. The light shone through her long flaxen hair with translucent edges. The soft glow made her hair look as if it was delicately lifted. Her long eyelashes and calming eyes matched her thin face perfectly. In the past, Artem tried to avoid observing a woman's facial features for too long. With Anna, however, he couldn't stop until both their faces were flushed with embarrassment. Oh my god, it was love at first sight. Perhaps it had something to do with his life's... Perhaps it had something to do with his life having been saved, but Artem felt something he had never felt before. Just as Artem had predicted, he was not in Belobog. It was a city that had been built in the blizzard. People called it the Frozen City. Different from Belobog, the Frozen City's forebears used the old world technology to survive in the blizzard and preserve the spark of the old world civilization. Artem was in the happiest phase of culture shock. Everything was brand new to him, like in one of his countless dreams, in which the technologies of the past lying dormant in the museum came back to life. Accompanied by Anna, the city gradually unfolded before Artem. They should have also injected an Edelweiss into your body during your surgery. Edelweiss? What is Edelweiss? Or Edelweiss? How shall I put it? It's like a small machine? Machine? I thought machines were big things with chains, gears, and valves. Chains, gears, valves, and steam. They can be injected into the body? I don't understand the principle very well. I just know that all residents of Frozen City are injected with Edelweiss at birth. We do not fear the cold because of it. When I was little, the explorers told me that outsiders wear heavy clothes to stay warm. It wasn't until I saw you that I realized it was true. So in the eyes of the local population, such warm clothes must be quite an unusual view. Right, speaking of which, are there other cities in this world besides Frozen City? But of course, the world is a big place. Anna suddenly stopped in her tracks and Artem followed suit. In the clearing in front of them, a group of uniformed men gathered around the cannon, which was pointed at the sky as if ready to fire, only waiting for someone to light the fuse. Are they planning to shoot the cannon at the building across from here? Ha. Anna couldn't help but laugh at his genuine question. She wasn't used to guiding outsiders. You're not wrong, but they're planning to construct a new building here. Construct a new building? Yes, but since it hasn't taken shape yet, I don't know what it will be. The cannon fired into the sky and thick clouds began to form above the clearing. Moments later, the water Anna called rain fell from the sky. Rainwater was a rare term that Artem only read about in the museum archives. He had never witnessed it beforehand. It was a common weather condition in the old world. Only snow would fall from the skies in Belobog. Oh, he's never seen rain, right? It wasn't until the moment that Artem understood that the cold snowflakes at home could fall in such a gentle way. The rainwater didn't disperse as it fell on the open ground. Instead, it quickly solidified into a concrete shape, as if sculpted by invisible hands. As the rain continued to fall, the outline of the building became clearer. The style was much different from those in Belobog. A building tens of meters high was completed before Artem's eyes in a matter of minutes, like a miracle. Anna was no longer surprised by the shock in Artem's eyes. She explained that all buildings in Frozen City were created from the miracle rainwater. If the weather monitor cloud ship detected an incoming blizzard, these buildings would be converted into water on command, then transformed into new buildings, as the people of Frozen City migrated to a more hospitable area. Unique blueprints were traded among residents. Strange buildings rose every day. There was nothing more natural to the locals than that. So yeah, because they're immune to cold, they just make buildings out of ice. They don't care. Frozen City 2. Continuation. Following Anna, Artem witnessed the technological miracles of the Frozen City, including the rainwater, frozen tunnel network, and many others. During the tour, Anna delivered the Queen's invitation to Artem. He was being summoned as a foreign guest. This is how he'll get to meet the Dalmir of the Lava Kingdom. Responding to the summon, Artem arrived at the Frozen City's Crystal Palace. He had no issues finding the place, as the Crystal Palace's grand dome could be seen from anywhere in the streets. Under the guidance of the soldier in charge of guest reception, Artem passed through the main hall and entered the most prized part of the Crystal Palace, the Hall of History. The glimmering light of the dawning sun cast a delicate outline upon the corridor walls. Following Artem's footsteps, the sculptures of the ancient heroes and kings began to move. The spears in their hands extended forward, slowly reaching towards the evil monsters. Their cloaks swayed in the air as if dancing alongside gusts of wind. However, all the movement came to an end as Artem stopped. A random play as you walk along the hallway, that's cool. Artem had spent his fair share of time in museums trying to uncover stories hidden within the silent relics that was part of his daily work. He was unfamiliar with the technologies used by ancient artists and got used to ignoring symbolic adornments so he could get right to the history itself. He couldn't help but slow down to gaze upon the magnificent works in the corridor. Emerging from the shattered sky with golden blood through their veins, the god looks down upon the mortal world with cold and condescending eyes. I guess that means I almost said Achivili. The destruction. It's referring to the destruction. The warriors of the frozen city were fighting the monster army. They wielded weapons emitting flames of death and wore armors that Artem has never seen before. Interesting that the people of the frozen city used flame weapons. An armed vehicle the size of a mountain soared through the air like a snowball. At the apex of this tidal wave of an army sat a woman with a diamond crown on her head. She was brandishing her spear, pointing it towards the merciless god in the sky. Artem almost collapsed under the power emitting from the sculpture. He exhaled and noticed that the soldier leading him was observing him with his fascination with a smile. Artem gave him an apologetic look and quickly caught up with the soldier. Artem was told by the soldier at the reception that he could move freely while he was waiting for the queen's summon. Not long after he sat down, a ragged outsider came in and sat next to him. Before Artem could speak, the man introduced himself. "Hello, I am Dalmir of the Lava Kingdom. I'd like to know." "I'm Artem of Belobog. I'm not a guest, just an adventurer that ran into trouble." "Belobog? I've never heard of it, but I'm glad to meet someone in the same line of work." "Same line of work? What an unexpected joy. Judging from your clothes, you must have experienced many thrilling adventures." "I guess thrilling would be an accurate description. I came here as a cannonball. It was eye-opening. I've never seen snowflakes before." "What did you say? You came here as a cannonball?" Yeah. You put a man inside a cannon, then boom, the man's flying through the air. Get it?" Dalmir excitedly drew a parabola with his fingers. "I don't get it. How could a man survive that?" "Here we go. This is my favorite moment. The incredible look on your face. Now I get to slowly explain my hometown to you. Haha. I'm used to it by now." Dalmir smiled proudly with his hands on his hips. I'm gonna be drinking water after every single chapter. I'm starting to think perhaps 2-hour episodes were a mistake for my throat. But it's too late to back down now. Chapter 2, Frozen City 3. Oh, we're still in Chapter 2. Wait, we're missing Chapter 3. Huh. I mean, we're not missing any, like, entries into the book here from the game. Yeah, it's 9 of 9, but we are missing, like, in lore chapters. Continuation. After walking through the Frozen City's Hall of History, Artem arrived at the reception room where he was greeted by Dalmir as he waited for the Queen's summon. The two hit it off right away, and Dalmir shared his true reason for being here. He was searching for a companion to return to the Lava Kingdom with, to soar into the skies together. Artem was once again blown away. His mind was like a drum had repeatedly pounded with new information. Leave the ground and head for the skies? Each day, the world that Artem knew was repeatedly challenged by novel technologies, unknown histories, and distant, mysterious nations. Just as he thought nothing else would be able to surprise him, the man in front of him invited to leave the land using a cannon powered by a volcano. He had no other choice. "With all due respect, I refuse." "What? I thought you'd be more adventurous than that. I was certain you would agree." "Those are two completely different issues. Going to a far and unfamiliar nation or climbing to heights never reached before may sound crazy to some people, but those feats are all within human logic and understanding. Using a volcano to launch yourself into the sky, that's just suicide." After a short exchange, he bid his farewell to the adventurer from the volcano. Maybe it's not that ruthless of an idea, young man. He took but a few steps when a commanding and soothing voice came from the side. Only now that Artem noticed a woman in expensive clothing staring at him from not too far. Based on what she was wearing, Artem immediately realized who it was and bowed. The woman smiled back. "May I ask you a question, adventurer from Belobog? Why did you embark on this perilous journey?" "Perhaps a restlessness runs in my blood?" Artem pondered for a moment, then shook his head. "Perhaps life is too peaceful in Belobog. We hide in a greenhouse and listen to the preaching of the speakers day after day. Soldiers guard our borders, stopping monsters from entering our city and prevent our people from leaving. If you work hard, you don't have to worry about food or shelter. But every day is the same. Life is peaceful without any changes. People are afraid of an unstable future and losing the life to which they've grown accustomed. Belobog's history is hundreds of years old, but nobody has ever truly left. I don't want to read the same newspaper every day. I don't want to cover my eyes and ears and pretend the world is the size of our city. I want to know if I can survive a life that's not so peaceful." Okay, and this is the point where I see why this book was banned. The woman smiled. "It seems you were born in the wrong place. You are different from the other Belobog people I know. There have been other Belobog people who arrived here?" "That was over 100 years ago, and it ended regrettably. Fortunately, the frozen city relocates constantly, and the disaster of war was avoided." Artem was listening to the words coming out of the woman's mouth in shock. "You mean to say Belobog and Frozen City almost went to war?" "From then on, we have been wary of all visitors from that country." The woman raised her hand to stop his questioning. "As you can see, the Frozen City is not built from unchanging ice. It is built from water, free of prejudice. A man must be judged like a gem, by being examined from all sides. I have heard Anna's description of you. We have read about your adventures, and now I have seen you. By the standards of the Frozen City, you are a remarkable man." "Thank you for your kind judgment, Your Majesty." Artem lowers his head. "Let's return to the topic at hand. I asked you before why you embarked on this perilous journey. Your response proved your wish to be free of constraints and live a life without a mundane routine. Frozen City, Lava Kingdom. You have heard and seen many wondrous things that most people can only dream of, but the city is bound to the skies just as Belobog is bound to the land. Do you understand what I mean?" "I understand, Your Majesty. I just have a hard time believing that people can fly through the air," Artem murmured. "I thought only birds could do that. I can't tell if Dalmir's invitation is a suicidal madness or an adventurous gamble." "Is there any difference between the two? The spirit of adventure is a precious quality that goes against the humankind's natural survival instinct. It may seem worthless, but it is this spirit that allowed the people of the old world to reach unimaginable heights. Strictly speaking, adventures and exploration are part of the heritage of the old world. You wouldn't be able to see what the Frozen City looks like if you had decided to live peacefully behind the Belobog walls. Dalmir was not lying when he mentioned the Satelladen. It is a miracle, located so high up that it's invisible to the naked eye, left behind by the old world civilization. People have long forgotten what it was like nowadays," the queen sighed regrettably. "You walked through the snow plains in search of ancient relics, also that you could obtain the old world heritage. The way back has already been covered in snow, Artem. The only way forward for you and for the Frozen City, as it always has been." "I will take that into consideration," Artem mused for a bit and let out a long sigh. "I will go talk to Dalmir." Suddenly the queen's face turned stern. "I don't mean to persuade you, young Artem. Impulse will take you on adventures, but that alone will not take you to the ends of the earth. Regardless of what you choose, I have a gift for you." The queen extended her hands from beneath her cloak. She held out 1 cubit-long wand to Artem. Was a cubit? The wand was forked on one end, the shape of which resembled a double-headed eagle. Okay. Was yes, what an easy thing to picture. Thank you, a double-headed eagle. Young Artem, we did not bow here in the frozen city, but as a token of respect towards the wisdom of the old world, kneel down on one knee. Bow not to me, but to the old world. The queen took hold of the wand. Suddenly, liquid began to flow over the surface, forming a bluish ice blade. She turned the blade with incredible speed and touched Artem once on each shoulder and the top of his head. Artem felt the ice breathing and jumping on his shoulders. May your path be clear, your luck persistent, and your courage prevail. This blade's technology comes from the old world. I present it to you, Knight of the Frozen City. To the sky, it is but a needle. To the earth, it is but a tool to cut through obstacles. But to you, it is the courage to move forward in the face of danger. Go now, Artem. So the queen encouraged him to go to the cannon. This is some wild fantasy. I wonder if it's based on anything. I guess Stelladin is supposed to be like IPC or something, sort of, in a way. At least that's the inspiration, I guess. Chapter 4. So we skipped Chapter 3. I wonder what happened. Chapter 4, Spring Pasture 1. Continuation. This chapter talked about Artem and his two companions arriving at the warm grasslands after leaving the snowy mountains. Though the soil was rich and the plantations ample, danger was still lurking in every corner of this pleasant place. Dangers such as never before seen gigantic insects. So he gained some companions and crossed the mountain in the last chapter. The fertile environment gave birth to vigorous growth. The soil beneath his feet felt like a soft mattress. Artem took off his jacket and walked through the grass field with weeds as high as his knees. The soft breeze passed by with the scent of the fresh blades of grass. Artem never thought such a gentle wind existed in the world. He gently held on to Anna's hand as she accepted his advance. For a split second, an idea passed through Artem's mind. Stay and spend the rest of the life with Anna here. But he quickly cleared his head of the selfish thought when he looked at the girl standing beside him, who had entrusted him with everything. He would be letting her down if he were to follow his selfish urges. Before the three could enjoy more than just a sudden moment of peace, a rapid buzzing noise rose in the sky. The strange noise brought a prickling pain to their heads. A monster, like a bird, dashed through the sky, flapping its grass-like transparent wings at astonishing speeds. Okay, so the two companions are Dalmir and Anna. Instinctively, Dalmir covered his ears and dropped to the ground and began praying to some god. After having experienced being taken away by monsters, he has always been the first to react to similar dangers. Artem thought the pain in his eardrums as he covered Anna with his body and knelt to the floor. He realized that he might have seen monsters like these somewhere before. The danger from the sky landed softly on the ground, retracting its mesh-like wings, and stood still like a horrific statue. Was that a mosquito? Artem finally recalled from the depths of his memories the description he once read in an encyclopedia of the old world regarding the monstrosity before him. Oh my god, there are no mosquitoes in Belobog? Can I move to Belobog? I wish to move to Belobog. I wish to be in Belobog now. In the old world era, the world was divided into 4 distinct seasons. Mosquitoes were blood-sucking insects that emerged during the summer, but their size was no larger than an average fingertip and could be crushed with ease. However, the mosquito before him was taller than he was, and he could see individual hairs on its slender limbs. Its long and thin sword-like proboscis pierced through the ground as if it were sucking on something, completely oblivious to the 3 people standing around it. Lying flat on his stomach, Dalmir suddenly felt liquid moving beneath the soils. Dalmir suddenly felt liquid moving beneath the soft soil as the giant mosquito's belly swelled up. There was fear in his lowered voice. Let's escape quickly before it discovers us. Yeah, let's be careful. Artem slowed down his breathing and moved slowly through the tall grass, but the nasty creature seemed to detect even the slightest tremor in the soil. In the blink of an eye, it retracted its proboscis and flew into the air. The faint hum came again, accompanied by a numbing headache. Artem brandished the sword that the Queen of the Frozen City gave him and readied himself for battle. "Be careful, Artem, it's coming!" The high-pitched noise turned into a shrill scream as the creature approached. Artem parried the piercing attack from the mosquito's mouth with his sword. The creature was agile in the air, able to not only hover but quickly change directions. It flew back into the air and swooped down for another attack. Its movements were so fast that it became a blur. Just as Artem was unable to dodge it, a roar of gunpowder sounded from behind him. The giant mosquito was knocked to the ground with its legs in the air. Artem turned around to see a Dalmir holding an ancient flintlock musket, with the smoke coming out of its barrel. Great shot! Dalmir was thrilled with the precision of his shot, but his excitement soon turned into fear as the creature kicked its feet to turn itself over. The giant mosquito turned upright and started flying back and forth in the air, enough to make someone dizzy. Artem could tell how angry it was by the fierce flapping of its wings. Its needle-sharp mouth quivered in preparation for its next attack. Artem's hands shook as he tried to hold on to the sword. This wasn't going to be an attack that could be dodged by reflexes alone. "Anna, get out of here!" But Artem, escape? No need. A strong but powerful voice sounded from out of nowhere. Suddenly, a long lance appeared from the sky and pierced the semi-translucent body of the giant mosquito, pinning it to the ground. The battle was over in an instant. Artem let out a sigh of relief. They were saved. The man who spoke was dressed in strange, imposing attire, looked majestic. What's more surprising was his mount. It was an insect with an armored shell, developed hind legs, and a saddle on its back. It was nearly the size of a giant mosquito that they just fought. The insect now jumped up with its lightning-quick speed. As it did, the man pulled his lance from the creature's corpse and stopped in front of Artem. He pointed it with precision at Artem's heart. He whistled, and a team of similarly dressed knights appeared from the grasses. The three of them were about to express their thanks when the first knight announced, "Strangers trespassing on our sacred land," the spring wailed. "You're under arrest. To be continued." Okay, I really was going to finish all of this book right here, right now, because I didn't want to split it into 2 episodes, but my throat hurts. I can't. I'm done. I give up. I'll finish it next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll continue Bellbog next time. See you then.